famous black women activists were like, who I was cool with, was like, oh, niggas is lying about having cancer now? He'd be like,
Amanda Seals?
I mean, yeah.
Amanda Seals, if you see this, I want you to know I hate you from the pits of my, I cannot stand you. Welcome back to another episode of the Mike Murphy Show. I'm your host, comedian Mike Murphy, here with my man, 100 Grand.
John Grimes.
Welcome back, y'all. New episode, new week.
We gonna get this one. This one should air.
You said what?
This episode should air, probably.
Yeah, it should.
Okay. Y'all missed it last week.
If you see this one and don't see a wild one before it, then just know that one got skipped. I'm working on it now, but I don't think it's salvageable at all.
Yeah.
So if you're new to the channel, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, tell us what you think. But we're glad for the support. We didn't jump. The Marcus interview got us.
Shout out Marcus.
Got us up there. Shout out Marcus.
You know Marcus.
So that was good. And then we got a guest. We'll get into that in 1 second. But I go home last week talking to my boy. He's like, yeah, you on so-and-so's podcast. I was like, I don't even know who that is. So I know I'm not on that podcast. He's like, nah, my man. He's like, some dude from our hood was like, bro, you just called me and he seen you on dude's podcast. I'm like, 1,000% I'm not on that podcast. I'm like, I don't even know who that is. He's like, hold on. He pulls it up. He's swiping. Oh, there you go. Dude took the clip from our Marcus interview and put it on his podcast talking about the
Like a side by side?
Nah, he just clipped it. Like,
Damn.
He was like, he's like, I came across this. This is what Marcus had to say. He played our video on it, you know what I mean?
Yo.
So it is what it is, but
The internet's
yeah, it is one of them things. But today we got a guest, man, has a very interesting story, accomplished a lot in his career. Good friend of John Grimes. I'm just meeting him for the first time today. But we want to welcome to the show Quincy Jones.
What up?
Welcome, brother. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Just got off work, came straight here. Pretty good.
Quincy Jones. Me and Quincy Jones go back.
We do.
2014. I'll set the scene for y'all. 2014, I was in LA. I just moved to LA proper. I was living in Long Beach. Now I moved to LA. I want to hit the comedy scene harder, core. Pause, right? So I go to one of these open mics. I sign up for it, do my little time. Like 3 minutes set. I did all right. I walk off stage. I see this other brother. There's not too many brothers in these mics for some reason. We in Silver Lake. But he's in there. I hit you with the old good set. I'm like, hey, thanks, man.
What mic was this? Where was y'all at?
What's it called? It's still open right now, but it's on Silver Lake. It's called it's a little theater, small ass theater in Silver Lake.
Right.
Oh, Lyric Hyperion.
Lyric Hyperion on
That's
Sunday
what it
night. And
Forgot about that place.
I do my other 3 minutes. I get off stage. I'm thinking, I did my set for the night. Worked on my set. Time to get back home, I guess, and get ready for work. As I'm walking out of the room, he's at the door. He's like, so you gonna hit some more mics or what? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like another mic today. And I was like, another mic today? People do that? And he was like, what? Yeah, we had tons of mics in one day. And I was like, I thought you only went one mic in one day. So we went to like 2 or 3 more mics that night. And I was like, all right, man, you can do so many mics. I'm gonna do so many mics now. So that was like about Friday. So clearly he knew that I was green as shit when it came to that. And so that was the beginning of our like, oh, this dude's cool. You hit mics. If you hit that many mics, I'm gonna hit that many mics too. And we started running the mic scene and all that. And
Accountability partner.
Yeah, I mean, I just really was getting shown the ropes of like micing. Like I was just like, I thought you just really, I thought we just nigga try your jokes out, go home. Like this, no, all night long. Nigga, we started going home at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. from the mics. This back when it was 3 hours. Yeah. 2 hours to wait, 3 minutes to get up, next mic. 2 hours to wait, 3 minutes to get up, next mic. 3 hours to wait. Like we do 9-10 minutes of stage time over an 8-hour span. You like, I'm like pretty good today. I did pretty good mics.
All right, so let me ask both of y'all this before you finish your story.
Yeah.
You do the mics like that back to back. You know, let's say you do 3 in one night. Are you doing the same jokes at each mic and working on them, or are you doing different set each time to try that out?
Potentially.
Trying different ones out.
Potentially the same set.
Oh, just same set.
Hit it again. Do that. Run that. If it's 3 minutes, are you gonna do 12 different minutes all night? Or are you gonna try to get this 3 minutes better on different audiences, or work depending on how it goes? I probably was working on the same joke. If I could do the same mic a bunch of times in a row, I'm like, let me see if I can get this joke down.
Well, I know that's what I would have done, but for the people watching, it's
That's not what I do. That's not what I would do. But I write a lot. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like when I go to, I can't copy and paste my set in each room and expect a different reaction.
yeah.
So sometimes I'm tweaking a word. I might do the same joke and tweak a word or add a word or, have a longer setup or just cut the fat and stuff like that. So, when I write jokes or when I perform mics, I got like a bunch of shit that I want to work on. You know what I mean? If it's like a bar, I might have some like raw shit. I'm like, I ain't said this in a minute. Let me talk about this. If it's like got a little crowd, I might break out the greatest hits. You never know.
All right, so back to you're miking it all night.
Miking it all night. We just get to doing that a lot. And now we hanging out and shit too. So like I was like we hitting rooms and then we doing like random bar hangouts, but we go to bars and like no matter what was going on in the bar, we started turning that bitch into like a little mini party. Like we created a little fireplace of entertainment around people. So we might sit next to each other at the bar and there'll be like a long row. Next thing you know, within like 10 or 15 minutes, like they all facing us, talking to us. Now we just talking to the entire bar. And it's just like, this shit easy as hell. Like, I don't know, if we could have filmed that shit back in the day, you thought that we had planned that shit. We go to random places and the entire room is like, where's the show at? We gotta go see the show. Like, we're just from shooting this shit with people. So we was just like doing jokes, working people, doing jokes, working people. And that shit felt like a blur, I want to say. But like, I'm gonna let you talk a little bit, man. Tell us about the early days of when I ran into you in LA.
Man, the early days.
You already,
man.
we said real quick that clearly you were a comic before I met you. So you can go back as far as hitting the scene and then in LA or whatever.
I only moved to LA like maybe like 2 years before you.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't here that long. But I moved here like end of 2011, early 2012. I was like fully here. And then 2013, I did 1,000 sets.
That's right.
So I was already like, I already had that little buzz going. You know
Okay, yes. I met him talking about, what you mean? He's like, I did 1,000 sets last year. And I was like, what the fuck is 1,000 sets? So that blew my mind at the time when he said that shit, which is still crazy because it's like 3 mics a day. But yes, I forgot about that part. 1,000 sets.
Yeah, I mean, like I still want to be the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're not gonna be the best just going like dialing in and doing like one mic. And he said he wanted to be the best. So I was like, well, shit, if you don't want to be the best too, you got to do more than one mic. And you're right. We used to go to bars when we would hang out. We'd go to bars, we hang out. I'd probably know the bartender or something. Grimes would meet up with me. And before we know it, Grimes is telling everyone how much he loves Fall Out Boy. He'd be like, Fall Out Boy is one of the greatest bands of our lives. And then like white people would be like clutching their pearls, like, what you talking about? And he'd start rattling off the hits and he'd do Panic at the Disco. All the white people would be like looking at you crazy, but I'd be like, hey, he's for real with it. His fandom is for real with it. I don't know where the camera's at, wherever it is.
That's your camera.
Okay, yeah, boom. I'm looking over there. Yeah, he was for real with it. So
Still is.
Yeah?
Fall Out Boy all day still.
Okay.
Went to a concert last year. It was amazing.
Word?
Yeah, man. They're great.
Crazy.
They're still great. But this is funny. Yes. So out in LA, we hitting these bars and shit. You know what's so funny, man? I was thinking about that. Like, we was doing mics. We did Jack Knight's House of Tacos mic.
Yeah.
Y'all both from Northwest. Like, all these people we run into, Madison Shepard, Chris Gardner, all these people from back in the day, Quincy Johnson. Like, all these comics from back in the day. It's cool when you see, like, a lot of them out and about still, because, like, 10 plus years is crazy. Yeah. On this LA scene, it's like, yo, this is a fucking crazy scene to be on.
For sure.
But, yeah, what was your first impression of me back then?
I would say, I mean, I thought you were funny. I just thought you were like, I was like, he has his own way of doing things. You know,
y'all look like two really safe niggas, to be honest. It's like hanging out is like zero threat assessment needed. Like, oh, these guys are cool, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's what marketability does. You know what I mean? You got to be marketable. You know what I'm saying? I can't have the hood with me all the time. But no, I thought Grimes was funny. I was just like, he was ambitious. And I'd never seen anybody equally as ambitious, but different than me. He filmed his own special like 3 years in. I'd never seen anybody do that. So I always look at Grimes and just kind of like, I like the way you did that. I didn't even know you could do that. And so I learned from him as much as I hope he learned from me. And it was just like, now I know that there's more than one way to do it. You know what I'm saying? And seeing Grimes like really take off was just like dope. It was dope to see. It's still dope to see. Because I'm happy for all my friends. I'm one of those people who like when people first moved to LA, they usually met me first because I was out there in the scene. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like far removed. I'm not hard to find. I'm out here trying to get better. And so when people first come here, I know a lot of people. And when I was out here, the people, Hassan Minaj was out here doing mics when I came out here. Gerard Carmichael was doing mics when I came out here. You know, Garrick Bernard, I'm the one who convinced his parents to let him do comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely one of the earlier comics I remember too.
Yeah, so like a lot of people, I know a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing this. So, you know, it's dope. It's dope. But yeah, that's what I thought about Grimes. Grimes was just like ambitious and like unique and just had like, he was just raw. He was just raw. You remember how raw now you polished. Now he's polished.
I was raw.
But you were raw. And like, I was like, this guy is wild, but it worked. It worked, bro. It worked. And I was just like, it was good times.
Oh, man, that was a funny dude. That was a goofy dude back there. Okay, so this will be interesting to me. Like,
yeah.
Now, place setting that as like, this is like 2014, maybe a little bit late 2014. Like, all that whole year, we just miking like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to say the next 18 months is probably the craziest, unpredictable 18 months I could ever experience. Like just coming out to a new city, meeting some people, getting cool with people.
Yeah.
And then your life for the next 18 months is the craziest. Not mine. I was just next door. But like, what happens first? What happens next? Like, go. All right. What order you want to go in? Like,
I mean, okay, towards the end of 2014, like I remember like my stomach was just like, it felt hella full. Like just full. And I was like, I ain't eat that much. I don't know why I'm feeling that full. And so me and my girl at the time, Liz, we went to the, doctors and they were like, you need to go get it checked out. It's like there's some fluid in there. And that kicked off like 6 months of like getting fluid drained off my stomach before we found out what it was. And we found out what it was, and it was like a form of cancer called peritoneal mesothelioma. And yeah, like that was crazy. Then like we made a Kickstarter with, Nicole Blaine. Shout out to them. It went viral.
What's like a GoFundMe?
Yeah, Kickstarter was like the Kickstarter before GoFundMe.
Oh,
let's become BCUs.
And so like, people like kicked in, it went viral, and it got the attention of Ellen producers. I remember when they hit me up, I thought someone was fucking with me. I just hung up the phone. They're like, hey, we're from the Ellen Show. I was like, whatever. Like, I ain't playing. And they called me back. They're like, no, we're serious. We're going to have you in the show. I was like, yeah, all right, I'm down. Like, tell me what to do. And they're like, we can't tell anybody. And boom. And so, like, I was on the Ellen Show, and then she helped me get HBO special. And that just kicked everything off. I kicked off like a nice little run.
All right, so you came here, said like end of 2011, beginning of 2012, LA.
Yeah.
How long were you doing comedy before you moved?
Probably about a year and a half.
So what, 2010, 20?
Yeah, maybe 2009. So
all right,
yeah,
so
end of 2009.
Or the end of, we'll just say beginning of 2010.
Yeah.
And by 2015, you're getting a special. 2014, you're getting a special.
2016, I got the special. 2015 was just like it was like the prequel. Like 2015 was like the health shit. I was dealing with that for 6 months, and then the other half was dealing with like life with the health shit. 2016 was like, okay, we're navigating the health shit still, but we at least know what it is because it was unknown before. You know what I mean? I found out that it was cancer in New Jersey. I was on a tour, and I started in Boston, and I went to New York, and I went to New Jersey, and we found out in the hospital there, and then flew back to LA and figured it out from there. But yeah,
that's dope. 6 years.
Yeah.
HBO.
Yeah, but I say, yeah. I mean, I to be fair, it's like niggas might be like, all right, he just got that. But it's like they act like I ain't never did comedy before.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it is you, but I heard a story years ago. They were like, man, this comedian did this like pity party to get this special saying he had cancer, and then all of a sudden just went away. Like, and now that you're telling me this, I didn't know you, and I didn't know the story, and I was like, damn, that's crazy. And now I remember it was you they were talking about, because I don't know anybody else that happened to.
I mean, that shit fuck with me heavy.
I'm sure it is, because
like,
what kind of shit is that? You know what I mean?
The thing about cancer is that, like, my grandma died of cancer. My mom had cancer. My aunts had cancer. I got cancer. I would never weaponize something serious to get it. Also, there's no guarantee that shit gonna work.
So, okay, so Ellen hears about your story, brings you on the show.
She heard the Kickstarter went viral because we asked for 5,000 and we ended up getting like 55.
Yeah, it was like a low amount they asked for.
So she brings you on the show, you get exposure. Is that what leads to the HBO special?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Because the Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken, was it to raise up to pay for filming a special?
Yeah,
right.
We were just gonna do it at West Side Comedy Theater.
Yeah, so
shout out to West Side Comedy Theater.
He was raising $5K to film a special, and then because crazy health situations get this hour out no matter what, right?
Oh, so this was like, I need to do this before shit might go left.
I mean, the fact is they told me I had a year to live, give or take. I still have the recording.
All right, that's the important part, because it's like, if you don't want to, let's just step back from someone who's looking at it from the outside in. Like, oh, I'm trying to raise 5,000 to shoot a special. And you're like, nigga, don't you need to get health care or something? Like, so you can see why people might misinterpret how that would look. You know, like, you got cancer and you're like, I need money to shoot a special and not to fix to get the help. You know, people like John Q, I need money to get the heart transplant. He's like, man, so what I'm saying, you already know
coverage. Yeah.
If you think that if they're telling you got a year, it's over, then that's like, oh no, I need to get this out then. But most people are not gonna look at it like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, most people are so they seek the negative. So if I see somebody doing a GoFundMe or whatever, and I'm like, wait, you're sick, but you need money for this. Why? Now, if you go be like, yeah, because I'm out of here in a year.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure you didn't say that. I'm not saying you lie. I'm just telling you that from that perspective, you can see how somebody might think that. Because that's what I thought you was raising money for until you said that. I was like, wait, what? And then you said I only had a year left to live. I mean, like, oh, okay.
But the thing of the matter is like, I was still doing chemotherapy every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks. I filmed the special, I had chemo the next day.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm just like fucking around with it and just like, balling out of control. The thing is, people make up shit because they're uncomfortable with not knowing shit. And I'm a private dude. You know what I'm saying? So not everyone knows much about me. But
put that a little bit closer to you.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Sorry. Not everyone knows a lot about me, but it's just, for me personally, it was like, how you just gonna make up something and run with it? Like, if you had your doubts, that's cool. I understand you could have your doubts, right? But I'm also like dealing with this. I would have invited everyone to come to keep. He see me do lives on Instagram. He log in and be like, nope, and be out of there. So it's like, for me, it was just like, what part is made up?
Yeah, so just to be clear, I'm not saying.
No, I'm not saying you said
I'm just saying I'm looking at it because he knows you. He knows the situation. I'm listening to the story. That's why I was like, well, what made you want to put that out? To like, oh, well, and he was like, you only got a year. I'm like, oh, okay. Because the first thing you said is I was raising the money. I was like, why such a low number for like cancer is expensive? And then he was like, well, then it ended up being this. And I was like, shoot, a special, what? I was confused. So now I can see why someone from the outside scrolling, it goes viral, it's on Ellen. First thing they're gonna think of is, why is he trying to do this instead of get better?
Right, but it was like comics that said it, like actual comics. They were like, he faking that shit, he's trying to get a special. And it's like, you live in LA, or you live, like, you actually met the guy, know the guy. It was like random comics that like actually have either met him before, or just was like, nah, I don't believe that shit. Like, it was just like, what did you have to gain from it? Like, who's out here just doing that? I mean, now, what was interesting to me too, that I was like, I visited him, right? I was at the hospital visiting him. And I'm like, I seen a dude drop down to like skinny bones. Skinniest dude I ever seen. I'm like, this is so fucking weird. I don't know if I can come back. Like, it was so crazy. So when I started seeing the like tweets or whatever it was, I was just like, oh, somebody who has the energy to do that. So that part of it was crazy to me. And I don't know who it was or what comics it was. I always thought it was just wild. I was like, yo, you got to have better time on your hands than to be like, you know what? I'm gonna put some disbelief on this particular part. Like who?
You know, that's just how. This is how, especially social media. Social media is. So I'll give you this. Someone said if you want a help or advice on something, you shouldn't go on social media and say, "Hey, can anybody help me do?" Like, oh, you going on let's say you're going on vacation to Orlando. Hey, what's a good hotel to start? What's a good restaurant? People will ignore that. If you say going to Orlando Friday, can't wait to eat the Jim's Catfish is the best in the country, somebody will be like, fuck out of here. The best place is, and then you'll start getting 1,000 unsolicited suggestions because people want to just say you're wrong and they're right and to give it, but they don't want to help you, but they want to prove you wrong. So people look for the negative on social media. That's why you post a clip. What's the first thing we get mad at? There's 100 comments saying what? Oh, it's funny, it's funny, it's funny. One person, I didn't like it. Where do you look? You go right for that person. Fuck you.
But
it's just the way we're wired.
I mean, but you know the thing is about social media is that people say the most wildest shit. It's not just like, oh, I ain't like that clip. They'll be like, this is the worst fucking shit I've ever fucking seen. Who would dare let this shit? They need to bomb the. You be like, damn, what the fuck? You first of all, you wouldn't have the guts to say this in real life. We all know that.
Always.
We know you wouldn't have the guts to say that in real life. The thing about it is, fam, is that as John said, these are niggas who knew me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
These aren't niggas in Boston. These aren't niggas in Tampa. These are niggas in LA. And not people I've wronged or fucked over, or not like a woman who was jaded. I'm gonna no. This was just like random, and people ran with it because for them that it's easier to run with negativity than to believe a positive ending.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
you know,
when I heard that, and then he was telling me, he was like, yeah, this is my friend, yada yada. I was like, okay, cool. And then he said, he was like, yeah, the special, and I was like, I wonder if this is the dude I heard about on social media. I was like, maybe not. And then when you start talking, I was like, I definitely heard the story. And I never thought like, oh, he probably did it. I just thought like, that's crazy. For, you know what I mean? Like you said, you know people to pass. For people to go right to that, the default be like, oh, this nigga lying. That's insane.
I forgot about that. I mean, like the actual Kickstarter was just for like a low budget amount special filming, right? But it did get crazy love in the support amount. And I think that's really what set comics off. Like the numbers went crazy in terms of like how much higher it went than 5K. And so like now they see that and they go, I'm hating on that. And then it's like, okay, Ellen helps you bump up even more. Like who not gonna see Ellen? Not gonna go, give me the link. I got you, Ellen. Like that was back when Ellen was Ellen. So it's like, we're gonna support you. And then that was the first time you went on Ellen. I want to say you got invited back on, right?
Yeah, I went on like a week later. Yeah,
that's when she was like, fuck all that. I talked to HBO. That's sidebar. Fucking flex. Like, hey, I talked to HBO. We're gonna take care of that. I was like, nigga, what? Like, you know how crazy that is to be able to say that? Like, what? What were you thinking right when she said that in that exact moment?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked.
I swear you laughed just like
so
that.
So hold on, because he explained it, but not really. You go on her the first time, I'm assuming she's just talking to you about the diagnosis.
Yeah.
Okay, so boom, a week later she hits you, talk to HBO, it's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is. That's what I said.
But oh man, it's just the fact that when comics get jealous of other comics, it's because they projected some shit onto them, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're jealous of one of three things, and it's all made up in your head. You're jealous of the money you think they're about to be making, the credit they're getting, right? Or the bump in their career that they're gonna have. What's the show that Kevin Hart doing right now?
Funny AF, yeah.
Funny AF, right? People I would hang out at the Comedy Store after everywhere, and one dude came to me, he's like, man, you know, congrats, man, you're a millionaire. I'm like, where's the information coming from? It's not like I pulled up in a Bentley or some shit and was like, don't worry about the tickets, I got it. No, I'm Ubering everywhere. Like it was so fascinating to me because there were niggas that I knew that I'm like, damn, you did that? You saying that?
It's like this. Think about it. Like this is like I'm making light of it, but imagine us, we all 11, 12 years old. You get diagnosed, you get a Make-A-Wish thing, you go to somewhere crazy that we all want to go, we can't. And then you end up coming out of it, it's like, oh man, this nigga lied to get the trip. We wanted to go to Disney World too. That's some bullshit. That's what they did to you. They was mad you got to go to Disney World.
But
the crib.
I guess my brain don't get it because I ain't never been wired like that. Why would you think someone would lie about that?
Niggas don't like
that's what I'm hung up on. Why would you think a nigga who dropped down to 144 pounds, a nigga who has the recording and has played the recording, a nationally televised show, right? That has producers that has to do the
research, yeah.
They got to do the research. They're not just bringing niggas on for frauds.
if you was a liar, you'd have a Netflix documentary about you right now.
Right.
the fraud that erupted in Hollywood.
Yeah. Bro, there's a nigga at the Comedy Store right now who lied about being in the towers in 9/11, and he's still booked. Like an actual verified, like caught dead to rights, lied about being in the tower, said I was I was working there, I was supposed to work that day, but I didn't, and I could have been in the nigga lied like that. You gotta understand, like the people that hate snowballs, hate can snowball.
But in our community, we the only culture of people that believe that as soon as you become success, you sold your soul, you in the Illuminati or something like that. They don't say that about white people, Asian people, nobody else. A nigga doing something, he's in the Illuminati. He sacrifices. You be like, bro. So you can see how easily they would think that about you. Like, you get something like, he had to make that up. Like, niggas is just like hating. Niggas is negative.
It wasn't like a large consensus. It was just like a buzz in like the weirdo like circuits of like comedy.
But it spread.
It
right?
did spread.
When I was the hottest though. When I was the hottest though.
Oh, yeah.
It spread because I don't know you from a can of paint, and I remember that story.
The special came out June 2nd.
Uh-huh.
I got a surgery June 15th, right? I got the surgery. I go to Seattle for my best friend's wedding, and I fly back to Baltimore where I got the surgery to get the staples taken out. And it happened then. I could name names. I remember everybody. I remember everyone. Because the thing of it is, fam, is that you don't forget shit like that. When people are like, hey, man, like, that's what's up. Like, we fuck with you, man. It's crazy about your story, but I think you're going to pull through to like, this nigga lying. This nigga lying. I got proof. I got proof this nigga lying.
Man, I ain't trying to laugh, but that shit is crazy.
That's what I'm saying, though. And after that turned me off because I was like,
I'd have punched niggas dead in they shit, dog. What you talking about?
That's what I wanted to do. That's where I'm from. That's where I was. I was like,
just
man,
like, who you fucking talking to?
But I had to remember, man, I dog, so much shit happened. Famous black women activists were like, who I was cool with, was like, oh, niggas is lying about having cancer now? You'd be like,
Amanda Seales?
I mean, yeah.
Hate her.
And I have mixed state beef for that.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that is I only met her because you had a show and you had her on the lineup with Roy Scovel and a couple other comics. So she did a show with you.
Amanda Seales, if you see this, I want you to know I hate you from the pits of my, I cannot stand you.
It was, the thing is like when you that hot and niggas saying that, you can't respond to every comment. Because niggas, people don't just hate on you. They start trying to dig up your family. Niggas is messaging my cousins, anyone with my life. They trying to find everything. And I'm like, bro, first of all, I'm from the streets, man. If you really did that shit, bro, I really got to pull up on you. I'm for real. I ain't even laughing. I got to pull up on a nigga for that. For real. On all jokes aside. But see, people don't know because a lot of comedians ain't got no life experience. They're not used to that shit. He from St. Louis. He's St. Louis, right?
St. Louis.
My bad. My bad.
Don't cross the river.
I know there's different. I know there's
no
different.
offense, he's St. Louis.
Now that he meant all offense. You niggas are scary, okay? And not like this, but like, no, but he from St. Louis. He been through shit. He been through shit. You been through shit. There are a lot of comics who this is the only shit that they've been through.
Facts.
So when you've been through some shit like me, I just completely fell off. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. Because I can't react and I can't respond. But the niggas is talking bad on my name. Where you from?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. I performed there at the little comedy fest. I like Pittsburgh. It's hella muggy. hella muggy over
Yeah,
there.
it's not,
but-
especially But again, like you said, what I've learned in life, not even just in comedy, is you get around people who've never really. There's like they're just from different walks of life, and like I seen the clip they were saying like asking it was like a tweet saying like what's the craziest thing that happened to you when you were in high school? And some of the results, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
That ain't what are you talking
Yeah.
about? And that would show you how disconnected from real problems, real world solutions, like shit that was happening was going on in other people's lives. So when someone's doing something, you're like, oh, you don't know that I would do something to you that would leave you hospitalized. Like, what are you talking about, bro?
I always thought that was odd. Like, I was like, I can't get into a disagreement with a comedian. I'd be like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I moved all the way to LA.
That's why I don't
get
do
into
roast battle.
Nigga, I'm not about to argue with a comedian.
I would never. That's why I would never do roast battle.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Cause they
And,
can do what they want.
niggas wanted me to do roast battle from the beginning all the way up until now. They're like, dog, just come and do episode. I don't want to do roast battle because if a nigga says something that's out of pocket that I don't know, like if it was just us shooting the shit, like John and I go back
Yeah.
over a decade now. So if John talking shit and like, I'm like, all right, nigga, you got me. You Jonesing me. Okay, cool. I could take that. A random nigga I don't know. Like, man, that's why you're my. Oh man, I'm swinging.
See, that kind of shit don't bother me.
Phase are us.
Like on Instagram, when people was like cracking jokes, if it's funny, I'll be like, oh, you got me. But when it's something just disrespectful, then it's like, one dude was like, my daughter turned 17 today, right? So I remember a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, I commented on some dude. He said something. I replied to him. He was like, something, your daughter could get it. Put her on his page, a picture of my kid.
Psycho.
And was like, yeah, your daughter could get it too, something like that. I was like, oh, I'm about to delete all these. Because in my head, I was like, oh, what I'm going to do, I can't have no trace to like, well, who would have a problem with him? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this nigga put my kid on his page? So my daughter texted me this morning and was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, what's up? She was like, why didn't you post me on your page and say happy birthday like you do every year? And I was like, I told her honestly, I'm like, because I think someone's going to say something. You're 17 now, like you're close. Like when you were a kid, it's like, that's super creepy. 17, niggas be crossing the line and just be feeling like some R. Kelly shit. And she was like, oh, okay, maybe you could just post a baby picture or something. I was like, I got an idea. So I just posted a video of her as a baby and then her driving this last weekend when I was home.
Right.
That it ain't really nothing you could, you would have to really be digging to say, I was like, but even the fact that I felt like, because I'm going to have to cross the line on somebody if they say something. And she was just like, and I seen it meant something to her. So I was like, let me do it in a way that, but yeah, like you said, bro, people will be saying stuff and you be like, who do you think you're talking to?
The thing about it is the internet's forever.
Yeah.
So years after that, I'm dating and women talking about this shit. I'm going on dating, we're like, oh man, I saw this on Reddit. I'm not on Reddit.
Do they know it's you though?
But they know it's me.
What if they didn't, like just brought it up like, oh, you do comedy? What this one comedian, he fake as hell, he lie. Just start talking.
I mean, that has happened.
Just mid-date.
Like, that has happened.
There's some weirdos in your clique. Like this one dude was on Ellen live.
Okay, so let's pivot to this right here, right? So you filmed the special,
right,
and then like, because to me it felt like it was a blur again. This is blurs I'll be talking about. You start working like crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like you starting to get gigs, like,
Yeah.
and as open micers, right? Like comics that's watching this, the transition from open micer to gigs is ideally, but usually it's like a slow burn of like, okay, you got this, got that. I want to say you was getting
it was
invited,
meteoric, yeah.
You started inviting the headline like right after the shit dropped, right?
I got a lot of credits, dog.
Yeah. You got tons of credits.
I got
like,
tons of credits.
He was going
dog.
to get work. He was working. He was going to work right
I
away.
was going to work. I did JFL.
Okay, so tell me about the meteoric rise. So tell the people how it went from open mic in LA to coffee shops and piece of bars and all that to what was your immediate shoom?
All right, look, fam. Like, what niggas got to understand is that I earned it.
Yeah.
I earned it.
1,000 mics, 1,000 sets the year before.
I earned it, bro. Like, even in Seattle, when there was just like a smaller scene than it is now, I was grinding up there. And I quickly realized, I'm not going to get, there's a ceiling to where I could go here. So I got to go to New York or LA. I chose LA.
Yeah.
So I come to LA, and 2012, I was like, okay, I'm getting lay out of land. I'm like, all right, I could do this shit here. I'm seeing niggas. I could do this. So 2013, I said I'm gonna do 1,000 sets. So I get up every night. So now by May or June, niggas are like, I'll sign you up here. There was a lot more stage time then too.
Yeah.
But niggas like, I'll sign you up, or we can coordinate it, or we'll get you here. I always end the night at Flappers. You know what I'm saying? At the midnight mic. So there was that. But fast forward 2016. First of all, you gotta understand, I didn't watch Ellen. No one I knew watched Ellen. You know what I'm saying? My mom didn't watch Ellen. Nobody watched Ellen. So I didn't know how big Ellen was. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I remember I brought one of the little junior producers to she had a little, a tablet or a pad there. And I was like, come on here. And we took a little picture. I'm thinking it's cool, right? Immediately everyone knew. Immediately. They're like, oh my God, I saw you on this. What's happening? When is it going to air? I'm like, oh shit, I ain't know. I can't tell you that. So boom, I get management. And shout out to my managers, my former managers. They were cool.
I didn't think about that. I forgot about. I didn't think about that.
I mean, I got everything. I had an agent, CAA. I had managers. I was touring. I was doing festivals. I did it all, bro. I did everything. I did a whole life in 2 years.
What was the craziest gig? Craziest pay and then craziest gig. To separate those.
The craziest paid. I mean, I think one of the craziest gigs I did was in Peoria, Illinois. I went to the, where Richard Pryor
City. That little, what's that shit called?
Jukebox? Lab box?
Yeah. Jukebox, yeah.
Yeah, I did that place. That was cool. I did JFL. JFL
was crazy, obviously.
It was crazy fun. I love Denver. I headlined there and got a nice.
Shout out Denver.
For 3 days, I got a nice payday for that.
Was it a club or a venue?
The club.
Nice.
I did a theater in my hometown. Almost sold it out.
So what's the biggest room you did? You remember?
Probably Neptune Theater.
Neptune Theater in Washington or
Seattle? Yeah, where Ali Wong filmed her special.
Whose show was it?
It was me.
You did the Neptune?
Yeah.
Did Joe Coy film his there too?
Probably.
What's the dude that does dry humor? What's his name? White guy does the dark humor, set up real quick punchline.
Mitch Hedberg?
Jeselnik. I feel like he does. I feel like he did Neptune. I don't know if he filmed it there, but I remember him being there, and I was like,
"Yeah,
that venue looks amazing."
But Ali Wong is what really put her on the map because she did Baby Cobra there when she.
Baby Cobra's at the Neptune.
Yeah, that's where she filmed. Yeah.
God, that was a classic.
So I did a lot. I did a lot of shit.
The theaters are crazy.
I did a lot of shit, bro. A lot of shit. And then 2018, I walked away.
Oh shit! Why?
Nigga, it was like, I mean, it just took a toll. Not touring and everything, but just being doubted and going in different cities and doing different scenes and people saying, they said this about you, right? You not knowing who defending you, you not knowing who believing what they saying. It just kind of gave me a deep sense of paranoia of who really can I fuck with?
And all this is stemming from the diagnosis.
All this is stemming from a random bitch lying saying I faked it, and she was mad because her Kickstarter didn't go viral. She didn't meet the funds, and she saw mine and she hated on it. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget. I was Facebook friends with the bitch when I saw her make the fucking post. I was getting staples taken out of my fucking stomach when I saw the bitch make the post.
Is she still doing? Is she a comedian?
Not now.
Oh, she was then though.
She was attempted.
And her Kickstarter was for what?
I think her mom was sick.
Fuck, her mom ain't start one.
I'll never forget that. My nigga, for real, that shit fuck with me mentally. That shit put me in a space where I was like, I really don't know who I control. I don't think any of these niggas fuck with me for real. I think all these niggas is plotting on me. And just puts you in I don't think I could be here.
So this is the question I got. So do you feel like those people never really fuck with you and that revealed it, or that happened and it turned how they looked at you, and that changed the way they perceived you moving forward?
I mean, both.
It's LA, so.
Because sometimes they'll say like the person's cool with you and they want the best for you as long as it's not better than them.
I mean, that's exactly what LA comedy is.
It's LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really.
For me personally, a real nigga like myself, I'm supportive of everybody. Everybody. What's the first thing I did when we came in here? I said, hey man, I'm proud of everything you're doing I really love to see that shit. Cause I don't hate. Cause I don't know how much sacrifice niggas done put in. I don't know the blood, sweat, and tears people put in. I know it didn't happen overnight.
You know what? This happened to me one time, and this was like a valuable lesson because my belief system was that whatever's for me is for me, and it won't pass me by. Whatever's for you is for you, etc. And then I was at the Laugh Factory one day, and I don't know, I wasn't even going up. No, I was actually going up. Sorry. And they put someone up. Not gonna say the person's name, and I've never seen that person have a good set ever in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they are regular at the Laugh Factory. And I'm like, I can't get up to save my life. But this one particular night, I was going up. And I was complaining about it. And the comedian named Vaughn DeCarlo was like, well, what they're eating shouldn't bother you. Like, that's not gonna make you shit. What's for them is for them. And I was like, no, I get it. But she's like, no, you don't get it if you're saying that. If they're only up because they got followers or whatever the reason is, and you're saying that's why, that's for them, right? What's for you is for you. And I kind of was like, all right, kind of brushed it off. Was like, whatever. Then I went up and bombed. Well, not bombed, but I definitely didn't have a set
That you expected.
that allowed me to be talking shit the way I was prior to going up.
That's the biggest mistake of shit talking is that now everybody's listening to you going, well, go ahead, nigga. Show us why this person is this person. And it's so funny.
If I would have just had that set without never saying nothing, nobody would have said shit. But now I was like, I should fucking be up there. Oh, should you?
Yeah, you drew the target, right?
Yeah, and I was like, shit. And I went back and I sat on it and paused. That was crazy. And I thought about it and I messaged her the next day because she's from Pittsburgh too.
Oh, Vaughn is?
Yeah, she's from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So I messaged
You know
her.
Vaughn.
Yeah, I thought she was from New York though.
No, she
Everybody
moved
thinks
up
that.
there. She's been up there for a while, but she's from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So I hit her and was like, yo, I just want to thank you because initially I rejected it because I was like, man, nah, this is some bull, you know what I mean? This is politics, blah, blah, blah. But I was like, then once you're right, because shortly after that, my following shot up and I started getting all these offers that according to my theory, should have probably went to someone else before me. And I was like, nah, it's me. And I was like, but at least I came to the rationale before that happened.
Yeah.
The hate is inside you because this is an individual sport, right? It's like golf or something like that. Like you win your race, you lose your race. Ricky Bobby, baby. You the first or you last, right? When something happens good for a comic, it's a dope that you know the comic and it's their success and you're happy for them. But individually, your brain is like, I am not getting the things that I am trying to get in my lane. Fuck that. I want what you had. My lane isn't winning like I wanted to win, right? You can only look at it in your own track, right? So even in your own track, you're like, am I on track for my track? So that's why it kind of fucks with people individually and your anger can spill over into hating on somebody else. Like I watched Netflix, I watched like 4 episodes, right, of the competition.
How's Pap done?
And I was thoroughly entertained. For record, I was thoroughly entertained.
How's Pap done?
Pap did well. He did really well. His first joke made Kevin Hart like almost want to like jump him ahead to the next round. It was so funny.
Talking about
John Cena. So when I watched it live, I laughed at the joke while Kevin's laughing. And like, yo, this is crazy. It's fucking Pap telling the joke, and Kev's back here laughing next to Tom Segura. And I'm just like, that's wild. I don't give a fuck whatever happens the rest of this episode or the season. If that's your first joke you make, and Kevin Hart is like, God damn it, that was good. And he's just laughing uncontrollably while Tom Segura's staring at him like, hey, are you good? You want to keep watching this set? Like, Kevin's laughing, bro. So I'm like, that's crazy. I mic with Pap. I do shows with Pap. Like, I thought Pap was one of the craziest dudes because, like, he would say whatever he thought about another comic out loud. I'm like, Pap, yeah, they were on TV talking like that. And, like, Pap is, like, it's everywhere now. And I'm like,
he was saying shit like that at the Christmas party.
He's always been like that. I'm like, yo, there's no way you're gonna get any further talking that crazy out loud. But that's just how he is. So, like, he didn't change at all for this taping, which I thought was hilarious. So, Pap did great. It's just so fucking funny. But I'm watching this shit, and the inner comic in me is like the one that's trying to look at your own track and go, I submitted to this. I didn't get picked for this, blah, blah, blah. And then you see somebody bomb on the show, you go, nah, I could have took that bomb. like, give me the bomb. Like, fuck that shit. Like, you own Netflix bombing. Even if you bomb, whatever, but You on Netflix, so
Nah,
your
I don't
comic brain
want to
is-
be on Netflix.
Bro, your comic brain is like, yo, it's a credit. Like you said, your brain's a credit, blah, 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 as seen on, fuck
Yeah.
you, right? But as a comic, you also got to be like, but that's not your turn. It's not your journey. It's more about your turn than anything else. It's not about your talent. It's about your turn. Because,
But also, hold on though, hold
go
on.
ahead.
Nigga, you are working consistently. That is the goal.
And that is perspective, right? Perspective is you trying not to look over at everybody else's life
No,
and not
Here's
focus
the
on your own
thing.
life.
Hold on, Doc. I'd be lying if I said that when I see niggas get some shit. Sometimes I'd be like, damn, I kind of wish I could have gotten that. That seems kinda
100%.
dope.
Natural.
That's real, right?
That's natural feeling.
But then I also think of everything I've got,
Mm-hmm.
and there was some nigga looking at me like that.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
So my thing is this: the goal is to work consistently as a comic.
Yes.
You're doing that.
Yes.
I love that. Like I want that.
Yeah. And that's
But-
when you're in it, yeah.
But we always want more. That's a human nature. We want more. We want more. But one thing I know is one thing I've learned is that ain't no one thing gonna make you, ain't no one thing gonna break you. It has to be a combination
Very
of
fair.
things.
Very fair.
I've seen you from damn near the start
Yeah.
till now. So that's why when I look at you, I'm like, nigga, you really fucking did it. I'm looking, you're going to Cleveland next week or this week or something like that.
Tomorrow, 2 days.
Nigga, every weekend you're working with one of the hottest comics in the game. There niggas looking at you like, man, that nigga fucking, I think I could open up for that nigga too, man. But they can't because it's not their time. Everybody gonna get their time to shine. But
Yes.
people need to realize that you shine when you're being organic to yourself and who you are. A lot of people don't know who they are, so they can't be organic, so it prolongs them getting all the shit that they want.
Great point.
You feel what I'm saying?
You know, another thing, and we, like you said, we always want more. And you said, like, the great analogy about running in your lanes, right?
Yeah.
There's things that before I had, like, when I first came out, I had no social media following,
Mm-hmm.
and I was doing mics, not really getting on those shows or shows that was like, oh, Sunset Rooftops, and
Yeah.
no shit that was like, I'm at the Improv, none of that. I wanted to be Chocolate Sundays, all that. I didn't have any of that. And I seen people with a lot of followers, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could get that or whatever. Then when I got that, I was like, yeah, but I'd rather be touring. You can have the followers if I can go out and do comedy. And it was like, there's some people that don't really got no followers, and they're rich. They ain't in entertainment, but they're like, and you're like, well, nigga, I got these many followers, but I'm starving. I need to eat, and I don't know how I'm gonna. It's like I got this, but I want that too, or I'll trade this for that. But then you trade it, you're like, nah, trade me back. It's like insatiable sometimes. And like you said, you see somebody that gets something, you're like, I kind of want that.
Bro, I wanted Netflix when I got the special.
Instead of HBO,
I thought more people were on Netflix than HBO.
was it an hour or half hour that you did?
It was an hour.
Yes, yeah, I can see that.
So I thought I wanted Netflix.
Netflix is like the
At 20
app to
at
have.
2016?
Yeah, that was the app to have. Like that was the app.
That was but then I also look at it like this. My alternative perspective is I'm the nigga who kicked off the new era of comics getting HBO specials.
Oh yeah, because it wasn't really.
They weren't putting it. There wasn't no Sam J on there before.
They were cold.
Gerard Carmichael bombed with his. You know what I'm saying? With the first one, I thought 8 was solid. But you know what I'm saying?
I
Like
love
it
the
was
story.
Gerard Carmichael. That was it. I get mine. Sam J, everyone else, Hannah Einbach. Now Hannah Einbach. Everyone got one now. You feel what I'm saying? So I look at it as like, all right, well, shit. Okay, that's kind of dope to realize that I kind of like was the first one to get it out of the new school of comics to get that. You know what I mean? You gotta understand life is about balance, man. Energy is about balance. So I can feed into the negativity up for a certain point, and then I'll be like, all right, I gotta chop that shit off.
So this just made me think of something. So I am. He probably knows from back in the day. I'm a big Kobe guy, right? Love Kobe. I always thought Kobe was my favorite player, and I used to reference him all the time, right?
Sure did.
And it was about I loved his work ethic. I used to reference Lil Wayne and Kobe all the time. 'Cause I knew they had crazy work ethic. Like people always go, Lil Wayne always in the studio, Kobe always in the gym practicing, right?
Right.
And so I'll always be like, yo, that kind of activity is crazy. Like I like people that think that that's okay to do. So when I first met him, and he was talking about 1,000 mics, I was like, that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of mics to go up in 1 year, right? And I was like, but that shit always gets rewarded. No matter how you look at it, you can't do that much shit and not get rewarded for it. So no matter how long you've been doing stand-up and all of that, if you do the kind of work like that, and every other comic knows, yeah, he did 1,000 mics last year and he still does a ton of mics now, you're gonna get shit because work offsets work. Whatever you just did has to go somewhere else into the universe. So if you do 1,000 mics, you're gonna get on TV.
Yeah.
However you want to look at it, you gotta do, because that's more than every other comic will admit they did that year. Or twice as much, 3 times as much. I could find 100 comics right now in LA, and I'll ask them, have you done 100 mics this year? They would go, fuck no. What's 100 mics?
Or if you think just
10
one
mics a month? They ain't did it.
just one a day is 365 for the
No
year.
comic has done that in LA right now. I can find 100 comics right now. I get you 365 in a year. Fuck no, bro. What's wrong with you? That's what they would say. And you can even do slotted mics now, where you can schedule your mics right now in LA. I guarantee not a single comic has done 200 sets of miking in a year.
But I will say this before you finish, and I was gonna bring this up earlier, but we got off of it, is from hearing what both y'all saying and other comedians, the mics back then were actually useful. These mics are not useful. You're pretty much just going up there and saying the stuff out loud. Because you sound up, even in slotted. They got 7 slots, maybe 6 slots. You go in there, it's maybe, if it's full, you have 5 other comedians. And then while you're up there, they're in their phone, looking at what they're going to say and all that. And you're just like, I'm just doing this, but for what?
That's the structure, though. Like, if you do a 30 comic list and nobody knows who's going up next, and they all got to stand there and wait. And then you got 30 comics waiting to see who
That's
wins.
why I said it's better. It was better then. It's useful.
Why can't they bring that back now? Because Comedy Store does
I don't know why, nigga. I'm just stating the fact
like,
that ain't it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on. Actually, let me talk to you niggas about that, dog. The mic scene, there ain't no mics in LA now.
I mean, there's a bunch of them, but they're not useful like what you're saying.
Well, I put it like this. The mics in, I can't find them.
Okay, so you have agreed that the mic scene is trash now in LA.
The mic scene is limited.
It's like fourth wall.
Bro.
There's a fuck ton of shows. There's a fuck ton of shows,
We
but
used
there's
to.
not a fuck ton of mics.
We used to hit mics, bro. I can name you 3 mics every day. We can go Sunday. We can do this, and that. We go to fucking the Chinese restaurant in fucking
in Little Tokyo or whatever.
like-
Yeah.
And we would go there. Okay, after that we can go here. Like we knew. And then at the end of the night, improv, 11 p.m. mic. Like we had a whole structure every day of what mic you could go to.
Yeah,
2 or 3
man.
mics every day. And I was like, that shit's great. So to piggyback off that same statement about activity, I was like, yo, I'm so glad I ran into this nigga, because this nigga, I got a chance to meet somebody that was like wants to mic as much as I want to mic. Cause I got to LA, I already moved, left my family behind. I better fucking do as much as I can while I'm here. If I'm gonna be alone, comedy better be my fucking family. So I'm like, every fucking night. And then I always think it's funny, because the parallel of that is that you move and all that, and so we're not around each other as much. And I'm like, yo, I quit my job at the bank, and I'm like, damn, I really need to get on stage as much as fucking possible. And then the comic I meet and start touring with is a nigga that tours every fucking weekend, and then goes up all week long. Like, I'm not bullshitting. Tony be going up 3-4 times a week in LA, and then goes out on the road and does 5 more shows. And I'm like, yo, that's insane show ethic. Show work. Like it's something like, how do I keep running into people? And I'm like, it's gotta be my brain. It's like, yo, you're finding people that do what you want to do.
You attract what you are. That's what people say.
So I'm
all
like,
the
yo,
time.
that thing works a lot.
That part.
This thing works a lot. I'm like, yo, that's not an accident.
Right.
I could have met any other headliner and been like, yo, hey, right? I didn't know it was gonna be Tony. I've seen a nigga 10 years earlier. Not a single word was spoken. And I'm just like, I would have never guessed that's the comic that would have been like, nigga, I get up all the time. Why you not getting up? He act just like when you said, Mike's, nigga, I mic all fucking day. This nigga be like, shows? Why not? Give me a show. What show can I be on? And I was like, oh shit. And then like that shit always stuck in my brain. Like, yo, how do I keep fucking blessed is what I can call it. Cause I'm like, yo, I needed that so my brain could go, yeah. You say you want to do it, do it.
It's the law of attraction. That's why when you see groups of people, groups of women, groups of guys, whatever, it's always, they attract like-minded people. So when people be like, I'm always around solid people, whatever, they're most likely solid. Because those solid people ain't gonna tolerate that.
Right.
You see somebody who's always around the bullshit, they're the bullshit too. It's just how you, and people, it's weird, man. Some people believe in religion, some people believe in a universe. Whatever it is you believe, I believe what you put out is what you get, and everything gravitates to what it's supposed to be.
It shows too. The work you put out shows in how somebody catch you. Like if you do 1,000 sets or 100 sets, or you mic every night, or you get up every night, and somebody calls you up randomly on the random night after that, and your set sounds so fucking fire, to the regular audience, they're like, that guy was really funny. But to everybody else, is like, nigga, I went up every night. Of course I'm about to kill y'all tonight. I've been preparing for tonight all year long. So like, there's no accident when somebody kills. The accidents, they fuck off and go, damn, I was ready to perform. How did that set go bad? That would be more shocking if you've been going up every night. Cause you're like, why would I forget a joke? Nigga, I've been doing this shit every fucking night.
Bro, dog. I'm gonna tell you, like, I've been getting back in the comedy, right? Because I see that there's nobody doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been getting back into comedy, and I applied for a festival, right? And I had an old clip from like the Improv in DC that I did, right?
Shout out DC Improv, amazing club.
It is a great and really amazing club.
Amazing crowd, yeah.
And I put it in there. I used that to submit it, and I was like, I'll pay the extra. Let me get the feedback. I want to hear what they say. I didn't get in the festival, right? And I'm like, I ain't getting the festival? Okay. And they read it like, he's funny. He just shouldn't be looking at his phone. And, I feel like that joke was, it was too long a setup for the bit. And it's the first time in a long time I got constructive criticism on some comedy, right? That wasn't like a homie or someone who's seen it, you know what I mean? It's a complete stranger looking at it. And so I was like, okay, I didn't get in it, but they're like, if he submits with a different type next year, he'll definitely get in. And I look at it as like, I believe in stepping stones. I believe when you filmed your special, that altered your career. That altered your career. Whatever direction you were heading in, that put you on a different path because you financed it, you filmed it, you researched it, you got the venue, you fucking made the material, and you put it, and then you paid for editor and you put it out. A dope ass fucking intro. You remember the fucking draw. I remember that. You understand? I'm a fan of comedy. And I'm a fan, not just my friends, I'm a fan of comics who are putting in the work to get better. That's why I don't have no hate in my heart. Of course, sometimes I see someone, I'm like, man, I kind of wish I had that. But I've never been envious of anybody. Jealousy is normal. Envious is when like, I want what you have. Like you, well, I want to feature for Tony Rock. I want to do that. That's envy shit. Jealousy, like, oh man, I wish I could feature for somebody. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just like, I'm getting back out there. And like, when I got the emails that I didn't get in, I was like, okay, I still got it. That's an old clip. That's an old clip, Grimes. They don't even know. That's not anything new. That's not modern shit. That's an old clip. I ain't even using them jokes no more. So now I'm looking, all right, so I know it's a layup next time. Let me tighten it up. Let me remind. So all these are stepping stones. So I need to get back out there because I know if my old shit just narrowly made me miss the cut, then I need to start filming some new shit. That niggas there, that's undeniable.
Stepping stones. It's funny you just said that. Okay, so here's a funny thought, right? And I think that it's funny that you said that because it's like everything happens and it makes another thing happen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember this. When that happened and you was everywhere doing all these kind of shows, I told the comedy club in St. Louis that you were gonna come to St. Louis and they gave me a night. They were like, yo, if you could bring Quincy Jones, we'll give you this Sunday night.
Nigga never told me that, by the way. Told me
so I was like, yo, Quincy, we doing Helium Comedy Club in St. Louis May 1st. You got to be there. Well, then you headline it. I told them that I'm going to open the show and then, we'll just maybe make some money.
Right.
He was like, bet, book that shit. I called the club. I said, yo, I got Quincy Jones. He going to headline the show. I'm going to open. The club was like, fuck it, let's do it. We gave you guys a date. I want to say like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks out. I'm at Quincy's crib. And he kicking it, right? This is peak, like, this nigga's living his best life. I was like, I came over like, hey, what's up, bro? Oh, hey, girl, get the door for me. Like, I'm like, this nigga Rick James to me, bro. I was like, walking, I go, what's up, dog? He's like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? I'm like, yeah, it's all good. Can't complain. I said, I'm going to Seattle next weekend, blah, blah, blah. I was like, damn, this nigga living that life. And I go, okay, so, well, I know you're busy, but just want to run around. The club was asking me about some pictures or some bios, how we looking on St. Louis. And he was like, St. Louis, what is that? And I was like, May 1st. He's like, If he could have been fed grapes, he could have been fed grapes.
He Varnell Hilled you?
Nigga, he leaned back and said, baby, don't we got a wedding or something to go to? I'm sitting here so he's like, offer me a drink. I was like, I don't even know drink, I'm good. He's like, baby, don't we got somewhere to be on May 1st? And she goes, my sister's wedding. He's like, oh, that's right. She got a wedding. And I was like, who is this bitch? I don't know this bitch. Fuck her wedding. We got a show in St. Louis on May 1st. He's like, yeah, you right, baby. I forgot about the wedding. You right. And so I'm sitting there like, no, ain't no fucking way this bitch be getting the date before I get there. So I was like, you know what? Confirm it. Figure it out. Make sure that's a date. I'll figure shit out, right? And I'm thinking like maybe, they kicking it. I was like, I ain't gonna interrupt this with no crazy like, no, come on, bro. You told me to book this day. So I was like, all right, cool. Now, I ain't tell the club shit. I just was like, I don't think Quincy's coming to the May 1st date, right? And so I waited till like 2 weeks out, and the club called me again and was like, hey, so we don't have any like picture or anything for like the show. Did you get the stuff from Quincy? And I was like, okay, crazy story. Quincy had an even crazier gig that he had to take, but it's all good. This is my hometown. I'll just headline the show, and we just keep everything going, right? And he's like, the manager's like, what? And I was like, yeah, no, trust me, it'll be fine. I already got like a guest list of names. Also reaching out to them now. They'll still be packed out. Just trust me. And the club manager's like, well, I already gave you the day. I can't call anybody else at this last minute. So yeah, good luck with that, right? That's the manager. That's why he said like, good luck. Bro, I got on the horn. I started inviting every fucking body I know.
Mm-hmm.
John Grimes, first time coming back to St. Louis, headlining one night only.
I remember that.
Bro, when I say the room's packed, show is packed, and all I had to do was just do my job. I was like, yo, this is actually crazy. And so it's funny to me, right? Because in that day of, I don't know if I told you this, the day of, when that happened, I walked out of the apartment and said, the fuck was that? Dog? I was hot. Nigga, I was like,
I don't even remember that.
I was like, I got hot dog. Like, hot dog me for this.
Listen, people, I don't remember none of that. I want to be clear.
Whoever the bitch was, I'm so sorry. I'm not mad at you.
I'm not saying it didn't. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I don't remember that.
Bro, he was vibe. I ain't gonna lie. It looked majestic. You was laying on that couch floating. You're like, baby, don't we got up? I was like, what you mean, baby? Don't we got up? Nigga, I said, I'm like, what the fuck you mean you got a wedding? And so I'm telling the bitch like, get up, my sister is getting married. I said, hey.
I'm racking my brain right now.
I'm like, man, with all due respect, fuck your sister and that wedding. We got a comedy show.
2016?
But bro, think about this, bro. This is
married in 2016.
May 1st, 2016. I remember the date, the show, because I was talking about it. So when that happened, panic mode was already there, right? Because I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to lie to this club? But I think about that day so much that that's the day I also headlined for the first time at a comedy club in St. Louis. Yeah. And that show went so well, the night went so well, that the club was like, whenever you want to come back, just let us know. And I was like,
oh, they flipped the fucking script on you.
Oh, shit. Because the show went well, the turnout went well. They like, man, this guy's funny. Why would we not give him another show again? So that began the beginning of me coming back every year in my hometown and headlining in the main room at a Helium.
See how life work?
And I was like, I don't know if I told you any of this, but I was like, yo, that's crazy that me having to jump out into the ocean on like some, what am I going to do now situation began to me thinking, hey, but what if you just have to do it yourself anyway, right? Like, what if you just have to go do the thing? And I was like, I guess I'll go do the thing. And I created a festival. I did all this other shit that I was just like, what if you just go film a special, create a fest? Like, I kept thinking to myself, like, maybe you just do the thing.
All that because this nigga got Hollywood on you.
But all that because it was like, all that is definition of Hollywood. Shit happens. Niggas get TV shows, think they got a TV show, and they be like, that shit ain't airing. We can that. You'd be like, what? We just filmed the whole season. So, yeah. The executive said no.
I don't know.
It happens more often than you realize.
I don't know if I said this on here, but I was listening to Gary Owens' podcast one time, and he said oftentimes he tells a story about like, I seen right when this person just took off, like hit the thing and went. He was like, and I remember for Cat, he said, because he was talking to David Arnold, because he was like, rest in peace. He said, he's talking to Cat one day, he was like, yo, we should do Ohio, all the comics from Ohio, like a gig or whatever. Him, David Arnold, Cat Williams, all this. Cat is still Cat in the Hat at this point or whatever. He might have been Cat Williams, but he wasn't even in the movie yet.
Right.
And Cat was like, yeah, let's set it up. Hit me. Now it's like me and him talking, or you two talking. Like, all right, cool. He said like a week later, he saw Cat booked at somewhere. He's like, why is he at a theater by himself? Like, you can't sell the tickets. And it was like 2 shows sold out. And he was like, guess that Ohio shit's not working out. And he said after that, it was just took off. He was like, but it was planned. And then Cat's like, what do I look like touring with you, nigga? You know what I mean? Like, because shit just happens.
It's just really like, you don't know, again, track, your own track, right? Like, and then I guess in the back of my head also, I remember thinking to myself like, well, you thought that you could plan out what, you don't know somebody else's schedule, you don't know somebody else's calendar. You thought you could line this up and you booked this, what, a couple months out or before you even had this conversation? So it's like, maybe he was available on May 1st when you asked him in January, but nigga, I'm working all year and now May 1st is booked or I'm in LA and work, like, whatever
The
it was.
special hadn't even came out then.
You know what I'm saying? So,
We just filmed it. We had 2 weeks to film the special. We filmed it in April. I remember we filmed it April 4th.
Yep.
April 4th. And I had been on the road for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was talking about it because you had just got on Ellen one time. I said, you know who Quincy Jones is? They was like, oh yeah, I know who Quincy Jones is. Yeah, book him for May. Like that's it. Wasn't about the HBO, none of that shit. I didn't know it was gonna be as literally. Now I think about that. That's actually crazy because I was like, it happened one time. He was on Ellen like maybe a week or two ago. And they were like, I know exactly who you're talking about. And I was like, that's crazy. Like for somebody to say a name and somebody go, I know exactly who you're talking about. As an open micer again, as I was like, we be open micing together. You know this nigga is in St. Louis. Like, think about the reach, bro. The reach of that is crazy.
TV is crazy, bro.
TV is crazy.
TV
man.
is crazy.
Fame is a completely like Instagram. I don't give a fuck how far famous you get online. TV famous is TV famous.
It's definitely
Nigga,
different
people
because
stop you at a restaurant and it's okay to act like a weirdo.
Dog, niggas recognize me in the subway in New York, dog. Now,
crazy.
for me, for a nigga like me, it was almost uncomfortable sometimes. Because niggas be approaching you.
Oh, that's how it was too. People like, yo, I'm like, what's up? They're like, no, you so far. I'm like, who?
Yeah, man, they be approaching awkwardly too. So you be like, man, I'm at the latest nigga out right now.
Or here's the other thing too. Regular, like, non-street dudes or not, like, they might just be like, hey, and the excitement shows right away. Street dudes be trying to not be cool.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, trying to be too cool and be like,
Staring at you.
keep looking, and you be like, yo, what's up, my nigga? Nah, I was just, yo,
Nigga, that was Milwaukee.
you.
When we was in Milwaukee, and I'm like, these niggas mad at us or what? Then they come out and be like,
that is just Milwaukee, period.
I was like,
Oh, yeah, we was in them hood spots.
Yeah, we was in the hood spot. They got it, and Tone is in there. And they like, why is Trey rocking this hood ass Milwaukee bar? But niggas, we walking niggas like this. And like 30 minutes later, they like, hey, I ain't gonna lie, big dog. I just want to get a picture with you real quick. Like, but like, nigga, why you frown the whole time?
Especially the one nigga with the Cowboys
Show
jacket
your
on.
teeth, nigga. What are you niggas look at you the
was
whole
wild.
time? I'm gonna get a picture. That's what he thinking the whole time. I'm gonna get a picture.
Dog,
like he about to shoot you.
There are some spots where you be like, I performed in some spots where I'm like, man, I'm glad I could read the room. Cause like some spots I performed at, I'm like, dog, these niggas definitely, if they weren't here for comedy, they'd be out doing some other shit.
Waiting for us outside.
Like Dion Cole said, he got a joke where he said, some thug niggas walked up to him, yo, dog, let's take a picture, yeah, whatever. He's like, all right, cool. He said, then we took the picture. He was like, I'm the only one smiling. It was like, nigga, look like I asked y'all for the picture.
Yeah.
He said,
You remember that?
He could have told me y'all weren't going to smile. He's like, nah, look like I'm the one that asked for the picture. That's how, so when they approach you like that, they be like, I got to still be thugged out me.
Yeah.
But I'm a fan. And they don't know how to go about it. So that'd be more scary than the regular person like, oh, because you're like, oh, I know what he's here for.
It's also like you just hella far from home and there's hella them.
And it's not safe.
And you're like,
outnumbered all the time. No matter how much you travel, you outnumbered everywhere you go.
dog, that's what you be like. In Milwaukee?
It's uncomfortable. Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, y'all, man, shout out to Milwaukee.
Nigga.
But them niggas out there will type, man.
I felt in Oakland when I asked that
Bro, they
question
look
on
different.
stage.
They look different, bro. It's just,
Yeah.
some cities are like, yeah.
We was in Oakland and I was like, yeah, I gotta, let me ask y'all, this is how I started the set. Basically, dude made an announcement saying he gave along the regular no photography, all that, then was like, and last but not least, under no circumstances, do not throw anything on the stage. I was like, nigga, what?
Yeah.
So when I get up there, I was like, y'all gotta ask y'all something. Who comes here often? It was like, nobody. I was like, what? He was like, tell the jokes. That shit went downhill fast. I was
Bro.
like, I wanted the hood of me wanted to be like, man, shut your stupid ass up, nigga. You fucking come. But I was like, I'm in the Bay, nigga. Not. I'll just bomb, nigga. I'll just bomb or get bombed on. So let me ask you this. How long, so two-part, how long were you out of comedy and coming back? And now that you're coming back, what do you want to accomplish over the next 5 years?
Oof. All right. Well, first thing I gotta say is that I believe if you did it once, you could do it again. So I don't have a doubt about me getting back to the level that I was at before because I got more shit to say and I got more material and I got more time. You feel me? So there's that. But I'd say I was out of comedy maybe 2019 to 2023.
Okay. So 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
4 years.
Yeah, about that. And in 2024, I started getting back out there. 2025, I came back home or came back to LA. And now I'm like, I really look at the state of comedy, and there's a lot of good comics, but I don't see anyone moving the bar and like furthering the torch. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a diss to anybody, but like the living legends have gotten their last payday now. Ellen and Seinfeld and everyone that put out that special, right? And they got their little 20 mil. Chappelle's still putting out his specials. But none is really. What was the last special you watched where you're like, God damn, I got to write?
Got to write?
I got to write. What was the last one you watched? Not Inspire, not that feel good fuzzy moment. What was the last one you're like, oh man, I seen that? What was the last time you saw a Patrice and Elephant in the Room, Patrice O'Neal moment? When was the last time
let's not get too fucking crazy.
No, I'm saying, but when was the last time you felt that?
I mean,
I haven't seen that since. Nobody I've watched for an hour on a tape special has made me think to myself, ain't no way you wrote all this shit. Like, I got to get back in the lab right now.
And I want that moment.
100%.
I want that moment. But 5 years, I mean, I figure I have 2 specials out in 5 years.
Oh.
One of these years, I'm about to put out 4 20-minute like specials. And then for the 5th one, I'm going to put out a whole hour.
We usually end, and Grammy usually asks this question, but I want to ask you because I want to have a pivot, is if you can go back to the moment right before the diagnosis, we usually say if you could tell your younger self, like 18-year-old self, any advice, if you had 30 seconds, 60 seconds, but I want you to go back to that person right before you get the diagnosis. What if you had 60 seconds to talk to that person? What advice or what message would you give them?
That's a really good question. I wouldn't go back to that time, but I'll tell you a time I would go back to, because I found out July 3rd, 2015.
Okay.
That was cancer. I was in Morristown, New Jersey, flew back to LA. A couple of weeks in LA, I ended up in the hospital. I was in the hospital for like 45 days.
Yeah.
He fell asleep, came knocked out in the hospital bed.
He gave me edibles for the record.
Okay, hey, the point is, and I got out the hospital, and I went and did a mic. Remember that Koreatown mic that we used to off Beverly?
Yep.
That was a Karma Lounge. Karma Lounge. We used to do Karma Lounge. And I told my girl, I was like, man, something still doesn't feel right. Long story short, I went back to the hospital in Burbank called St. Joseph's, I think it's called. And they told me there's a blood clot in your heart. It's about the size of a 50-cent piece. We can't really do nothing about it because you're on chemo. But I remember hearing a voice. And I'm not religious, but I will tell you what happened. I heard a voice, and it was like, "Are you willing to tell your story?" And I was like, millions of people get diagnosed with cancer every day. Ain't nobody, my story ain't special. I'm just asking you, are you willing to tell your story? I said, yeah, I'll tell my story. Boom. The next day, Nicole Blaine reaches out to me about getting lunch. A week later, we talk about filming a special. 2 weeks later, we make the thing. And so I will say this, what I will tell my younger self is, don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You don't need to be mysterious. You don't need to have perfection. You don't need to be selective, because that's what YouTube is about. YouTube is about people who want to track the growth. That's what people love YouTube for. They can see their early clips. We can see that little Karma Lounge clip to you now featuring in fucking Cleveland or Tampa or Miami for Tony Rock. We can track your growth. The more you put out, the more you build, because you don't know who's watching. So I would tell myself to put out more shit, put out more, burn material, put out, I don't want to call it content, put out more material, put out more clips, and just trust that people are fucking with your shit.
So, like,
Rushmore.
that's a couple
Your
of
Rushmore.
guys.
I didn't even see that. Oh, my Rushmore?
Rushmore.
Woo! You ain't gonna like it.
Go ahead.
Y'all ain't gonna like my Rushmore.
Get it on record.
Sorry. Ooh, my bad.
Get it on record.
All right, my Rushmore. You already know Rory's in my.
I know
my
you love
Rushmore.
Rory. I love Rory Scovel too. He's amazing.
Okay. Rushmore for me. Bill Burr, Rory Scovel, Treese O'Neal, and Eddie Murphy.
Solid.
Can't fight it.
And sometimes I swap out Eddie Murphy for Kevin Hart, but only because we ain't never seen no one do what Kevin Hart does. That nigga sold out a football stadium.
Solid. I don't like when people be like, "Oh, he's not funny." I'm like, you don't understand marketing and what he's on now.
That nigga is a brand.
Because when you see him do the Tom Brady roast, you're like, he's funny. He can't do that everywhere because of niggas Fabletics and then Chase Bank and all that.
He's a brand.
He's a
Yeah.
brand.
Eddie Murphy ain't a brand. Eddie Murphy's a star.
Star.
Yeah.
That nigga is the only brand comic that we know.
He's a brand.
Yeah. So
He
it's,
has 3 Jumanji movies.
He partners with the banks, bro.
Banks, Fabletics, Nike,
Like
all that shit.
the
Shout
nigga
out
had his
Kevin
own
Hart.
running
You're a
shoe. He had his
legend.
own running shoe grind. I don't know if I want to be that big, but I do know that the throne is wide open, and I think I'm about to take another crack at it.
Interesting.
Well, tell them right there. Look at that camera and tell them where they can find you at.
Oh man, you can find me at Lord Brunch, man, on TikTok, Instagram. I think Facebook and YouTube, Lord Brunch. So you can find me there. Come fuck with me. I'm really active on TikTok and doing a lot of shit there. And just like, come track the growth. Come fuck with me, man. Let's build something special. Let's build it together. I can't do it without y'all. So come fuck with me.
Welcome to the show, Quincy Jones.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Hey, man, this has been a really dope episode, man. Very insightful, man. This is one of the better guests that I enjoy. Like, we have a lot of times we like fucking around and laughing and cracking jokes, but this was kind of like, I like this one a lot. So, man, thanks for coming to the show. We glad to have you. You got anything?
Nah. Fun.
Wait,
Well-
where you going to be at this weekend?
But it'll be out by the time by the time it's out.
Cleveland this weekend, but by the time this come out,
Syracuse.
LA, Chocolate Sundays, May 3rd. If you're
Oh,
in
yeah.
LA, come pull up to Laugh Factory.
Hey, who'd you say the lady's name who did Chocolate Sundays?
Lonnie.
I might reach out to her.
Yeah.
Meet her.
Yeah.
I'll introduce you.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Again, man, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, let us know what you think. We appreciate the support. We're growing, and we need y'all support for that, man. So, again, this is the Mike Murphy Show. I am your host, comedian Mike Murphy. I'm here with my man, 100 Grand.
John Grimes.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.